I just got done brewing some coffee, and you couldn't tell last night, but look out this window, man. It's a fucking beautiful view. Hey, good morning.
Oh, no. Don't. How do you turn it off? It's been 4 days we've been trying to find.
We've been walking this whole time.
Please use other door. Fuck yeah!
We paid $16 for this. $16 each.
You wanna know why? That. See that? Wanna know what that is, champ? Giant file pot, champ. It's expensive. Gotta keep up with the scenery.
American economy.
American economy.
What are we doing, Jan?
We are just one electrode away from having our nipples tweaked from Vietnamese guerrilla warriors, because that's about the equivalent
Of what we're doing right now. Oh, fuck, this is just a bunch of Cluely pasties.
Cluely paste. It's for me. Hello. I'm Yanni. You're gonna be right there. Is that him? Is that him? Looks like, looks like a fat bald guy.
I always like leaders around Joseph, the Technicolor Dreamcoat. What do I like? What? I like Rent. Avenue Q is good. You're in Town is one of my favorites. A song on the radio. I've been to that theater too many times.
I only like girls with asses like sacks full of cream chip beef.
Jan, what were your thoughts on the JonTron panel?
I don't know. Just kind of felt there was a general sadness. I think most of it had to do with antics of the people in the audience. But that one guy with the lisp,
that was just too much.
that was gold.
So the whole entire experience felt as though we were sitting like in the audience of like a zoo performance, and like everyone was holding their objects, and it felt like they had these little like crackers, and they were like trying to feed the monkey. It was like, come on, do a little dance. Come on, monkey, do a little dance. What did we do today so far?
We went to go see the JonTron, and we went to go see the Animators, Quiz,
We saw
Zach, April, Ronnie Ross, Robert Ross, C.J. Simmons, and we saw Whole Grain Pirate,
Oh yeah.
and we saw the bald guy. What's his name?
Stompin'.
Stompin', Robert Stomper. And they were all nice guys. I've never seen anything that they did.
We don't really know anybody yet. We got this really awesome band playing. They sound really good. We're about to go to the open jam session in the jam room. They're so good. It's Bumble Bumble. So Jan and I just got back to our hotel room. Man, it was pretty fun today, but I had a few thoughts about the JonTron panel. The entire time, I just felt really depressed because it seemed as like an audience. I was thinking of like SeaWorld or something. Like people are in the audience, and it just seems like they're just like waiting for him to dance, like a monkey or something.
It was almost like there was a complete lack of attention to what he was actually saying, because some people had some pretty good legitimate questions about just like I guess what programs he uses, like where he gathers inspiration. People would either be playing their DS's or they'd just be like,
They just lose attention, and it's like they were waiting for him to quote something or waiting for him to say something funny. And this one person actually said, "Where's your hat?" And I was like, really? Like,
the best part was the guy dressed as Conker.
oh god.
I can't remember though. There's a lot of Game Grumps that I've missed, but apparently the Game Grumps did Conker's Bad Fur Day, and I guess not everyone liked it. So this dude stands up, like this bald dude with glasses, wearing these just poorly done ears made of fucking like pipe cleaner, and he had a tiny fucking cast iron skillet that you cook omelets in. Cause you know he uses a pan. That's whatever. Fuck it. Anyways, he's like, yo, and he tries to do a Conqueror impression and comes out sounding like Jay Leno. So how come guys don't like my game? I mean, what's the deal?
I don't think JonTron got it at first because his Conquer impression was so bad that like no one understood what he was saying.
Yeah, and he's like, my game, Conquer's bad for and JonTron he drops his microphone and he has to sit
and
down.
He just like sits down.
The entire, well, I mean, for the majority of the presentation, he was standing and answering people's questions because that's just how, because he's JonTron. This question made him have to sit down, and it made me want to, if there's anything lower than sitting down, like burying myself underground.
And I just got sadder and sadder throughout because these people, it's like they expect a performance, like a trained monkey, and it's disturbing because they're expected by a huge audience to put out things on a regular basis, and they're human too. They go into slumps, they have things that they need to take care of.
And nobody seems to understand that has a lot to do with why they're not putting out any more content. Maybe they have something else they're doing in their life. And you know, there's people coming from California. That's the entire other side of the country. And what, you fucking travel all that way just to ask him, when are you gonna come out with another dance way?
It's just that nobody's mindful to the fact that, number one, these people are also human, just as you and me. And number two, they go through these periods of time where they just can't. And then they're expected to perform. They're like a product, like this gimmick. And if he doesn't have his hat, oh god, people get upset because that's like what he's known for, right? So it's like, it's really upsetting to me because these people have feelings. They're trying to make you and me happy. The people that got them to where they are, but at the same time, there's like this rift because some of the fans just don't quite understand what it takes to put out good material. What it takes to put out any material, regardless of whether or not it's good or any sort of effort going into something. If all people say to you when you go to these conventions is, where's your hat? That's kind of disheartening. I'd imagine it gets to them at least a little bit. They get used to it, but then
it was probably just somebody joking around, but really, I mean, you come all this way just to shout, where's your hat?
You know, as soon as he starts talking about something meaningful to him, and it's not quite funny or it's not upbeat, then people just lose interest because he's not being JonTron. He's not being the character that he created for himself. So it's just, I don't know, just a thought that I had. But everything else is great, and that's that, I guess.